behind the doors, I could hear the end. The house vibrated with every burst of anger. I could hear my mother's voice shaking, and the yelling broke into silence. I suddenly realized what was happening. I felt my throat ache and my lips quiver. I wanted to cry so bad, but for the sake of my younger brothers, who were oblivious, I tried to stay calm. It wasn't long before I could not hold it in anymore. I rushed to my room, fierce as I cried myself to sleep. I had never been so sure my parents would be separating. That would eventually lead to divorce and a broken family. Knowing my parents no longer wanted to be with each other, and that the only evidence of their once love was me and my brothers, I was a mistake of the past. I praised school that week. It was my safe haven, where I could set my mind to other things and rest in the comfort of my friends, or so I thought. When I saw them standing right in front of me, I was so happy. I was ready to pour my heart out about the weekend of shattered glass. I was ready for their support that I was so sure I would get for all the countless times that I stood beside them when they had something going on in their life. I hugged them, and I started to tear up as I thought about this scenario. I looked up at their blank faces. Now, I'm not a person who wants people to feel bad for me, but I stood confused when they weren't fazed by my glassy eyes. I proceeded to explain how I felt about my parents getting in a divorce, and how my family would never be the same. How my parents' failed marriage has led me to believe that love is not real. How the words they pierced each other with had also pierced me. It was entirely my fault. When I was in tears and my words were no longer understandable, they interrupted me and said, "It would be okay," and looked down at their phones. I was so shocked by such empathy, I stopped crying and looked at them with disbelief. I was silent the rest of the day. The next day I saw them, and they lectured me about how I need to be more optimistic. That day I learned to keep your feelings locked up, because no one cares unless it's happening to them. Indifference is a